Hey guys.
Hey, welcome to the ProfitDig radio show.
Yeah, there we go. Getting hellos from all over the corner here.
That's right.
Oh,
It's Monday, July 26th.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
A few of us have had birthdays here in the last few weeks.
We all have birthdays the same
Yeah,
month.
we all have a
Yeah.
birthday in July.
Including ProfitDig. Was
ProfitDig
also
started in
born
July.
Today was also born on the 4th of July.
Yep, sure enough.
With the idea, the concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, July is a very important month.
It is.
yeah.
It is.
Great things happen in July.
Anyways,
Cancers and Leos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
Checking your horoscope today, Chris?
this is the ProfitDig radio show where we talk about construction.
We do.
Please like, follow. You know, if you're watching this on YouTube,
Yep. Yep.
Follow the
Comment,
channel, man.
ask questions.
yeah,
We love-
comment.
Yeah.
You
We
got
love
some
feedback, questions.
We
yeah.
got an expert over here.
We
man.
talk
He
about
will-
so
Sneak in
it's
behind me.
supposed to be this gentleman.
No.
No, seriously, we talk about so many different topics that it'd be awesome for someone else to say, hey, talk a little more about this, or I had an experience like this. What are your thoughts? You know, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too, if we do get those comments, then we're not gonna bullshit you. We're gonna tell you we don't know anything about that. But we will definitely talk as much as we can about things we do know.
That's right.
And we are about to begin having a series of guests.
Yes, we are,
coming.
yeah. We got two lined up, yeah.
We do. We
Yeah.
have two. We were supposed to have one tonight.
Tonight,
I
that's what's
think.
good.
They got caught up
Next
in
week.
California and had to hit a plane and
That's business.
It happens. It happens.
but
Yeah.
he'll be back the third week in August, the third Monday in August, so y'all put that on your calendars there. And Mr. Mike Yates will be here to join us and talk about his construction experience and give us a little heads up and some knowledge on his part.
All right.
Sounds good.
Anyway, so Jeff, last time we were talking about the
Design, build, GMP, which one?
GMP.
Yeah, we're talking about GMP, yes.
Yes, and then that was kind of leading into another conversation that you had talked about. I'm just going to let you.
We're talking about, you know, like the sometimes they go hand in hand, you know, like the GMP and the design build aspect of things. You know, now it seems to be a more common thing because they can crank out stuff a little quicker because you're eliminating the process. A lot of your larger GMPs, a lot of your larger contractors or general contractors have architects and engineers on staff or designers on staff. So one thing they can offer is a design build, which you're cutting out your upfront cost of your architect, you're cutting out your upfront cost of your civil engineer. It's all incorporated into your price, which, you know, 50+% of the time is incorporated into a GMP. So what happens is they take a combination of different fields and different subcontractors. So they send you a raw drawing of the existing conditions with a red line drawing of outline of a building and what they potentially want to look like, and that's the word go. At that point, your GCs send it up to you as your sub, and you start designing your scope of work. So you design it to a phase. Say you're at 20% drawings. So you design it, you send it in. A week or two goes by. They take your culmination of subs and fields, and then they take the best design from each field, and they incorporate that into their drawing. They send it back out as 30-35% drawings. They want you to redesign and rebid. So here we go again. We do it again. We design stuff, so they kind of narrow things down each time you do this. So it's just kind of a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
Every sub is designing what they think will work best. Then your GC picks out, what they think is going to save the most money and give them the best opportunity to get this project. So by the time you get to 85% drawings, 90% drawings, very seldom do you see 90% drawings anymore. But 85%
I think you make a
drawings.
change order.
Yeah, right, yeah. Exactly. So at this point, you're giving hard numbers, and each time you give a budget at 20% drawings, 35% drawings, 65% drawings, whatever it may be, your number typically starts to come down because you're getting a clearer picture of what's going on. But like I said, it's based off all your subs giving these GCs the information, and then their designers take a culmination of everybody's information and make the best design possible.
Now, the GCs pay you for your time on that design?
No.
And that was going to be my question. Does this, as a sub, does this tick me off having to do this crap all the time, or is it just part of it?
It does get monotonous, to a point, but you hope to win this project with them. And eventually, your GCs that you bid with, they're going to build a team.
Yeah.
As they go on and move forward, they're going to have, they're going to say they got 5 different subs under each category.
Right.
Well, they're going to narrow it down to 2 or 3, and then that's going to be your team. Sometimes you'll get this, excuse me. Sometimes you'll get this project with them. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes they go to your competitor. But you're going to eventually, you're going to get 2 or 3 projects with them throughout the year, maybe more. But the thing is execution. It's like once you give a price based off the drawings that you have somewhat designed, then you go into this job and you're awarded the job along with them. You go in, you execute that job, and you get it done in a record amount of time. So next time around, they're going to give you a little more acknowledgement. Like, hey, this guy over here, our sub B, we might need to call him our sub A. He really outperformed and done a good job. We're going to look at his design, we're going to look at his pricing. Let's next job, let's really focus on him, see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about right now is design build, and you may feel used. Sometimes it works up to your advantage.
Yeah. Well,
But
How much time are we talking about here? Let's say the 25% phase.
But it's like you really have nothing to go off of. You're like just looking at a project, a raw project, and you're like, I think the building can go here. I think this is what the footprint's going to look like. I think it's going to take this much dirt work. We don't really know what the elevations are going to be, where the local utilities located. None of this stuff is shown. Well, it's like, you're drawing utilities down the street. I think the sewer may be here. I think the water may be here. Sometimes, it may be, the utilities are, half a mile away. There's no city utilities there, so you got to actually run those to the site. So it's all depending on how much legwork you want to put into it and to get to that point. I can't say much about the structural stuff because I don't deal with the structural stuff. But these are just some things I see. But you get more detail. They reach out to the municipalities, they reach out to the government, entities that are involved, and get more information as you go along.
Sure.
So the next phase of drawings you get in, it's a little more clear. You got a little more, you got a little better. That's why your price steadily, typically goes down.
I guess it goes both ways. Yes. You've invested more time. Your bid, the price keeps declining, but you have the knowledge and more information, so there's going to be fewer surprises. But it does seem like though at times, sometimes the subs end up doing a lot of the legwork.
Yeah, they do. Because you're pretty much cutting out the architect and engineer.
Yeah.
For the most part on design build stuff. And those are pretty hefty. And just like if you got an architect and engineer that is designing your project, once that design is done, you pay them an upfront fee. You pay them X amount of dollars to design this project.
Sure.
And a lot of times there's a whole bunch of change orders that goes along because of stuff they've missed, but they're never held accountable for it. It's just like, hey, we designed this, we charge you X amount of dollars, so be it. And then they get a percentage. Like every time that, subcontractor make a draw or the GC makes a draw from the owner, they get like 5 to 7% of that draw. So, they get upfront fee, and then plus they get fees based on down the road because they're steadily answering questions. They're steadily, as change orders come up, they got to redesign stuff, so they get paid for that. That's all based on their fee. They do an upfront cost, and then they get a monthly or progression fee as it goes along. So when you cut that out, I mean, sometimes it's a big savings to the owner.
Is that pretty common?
Yeah, it's very common.
Okay. So a company can really cut out a lot of fees by kind of taking advantage of.
But what sucks is because the subs are the ones that mainly doing the design, and a lot of times you don't get compensated. You may be the low bidder or the awarded bidder for a sub. You may not.
Yep.
But you hope for the next one.
I guess if you're going to be out there bidding work, there's not really much you can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you can either accept or decline the invitation. That's
Right.
That's right. No one's pushing you on.
Bid work or you.
That's
What
right.
do you see like the quality of the bids like from company to company? Are you ever privy to any of the other subcontractors?
Well, I mean, we see them. We work side by side. With different contractors. As time goes on, and I'm not saying my price is any better than this guy's over here, or we perform any better than this guy over here. It's just in how you and I are different people. Mm-hmm. You look at a job one way, I look at it another way. So that's what the GC's looking at. Who is Jeff G or Jeff S got the best design, and who's going to save us the most money? That's what they look at.
Yeah.
And I've got to be able to cover my cost and make a decent profit for my owner, just like you got to do the same thing for yours.
I definitely see the appeal as the GC.
Oh,
I mean, like obviously an iterative design process,
Yeah.
reduction in fees for architecture and engineering costs.
Time.
Yeah, and time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, just a pooling of resources, right? Like like you said, your view of something may catch something that my view didn't, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And the combination or overlapping of all those, you probably get a pretty clear picture of what's consistent between 7 different bids.
Yeah.
Is probably accurate.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Well, and just, I'm not saying that, the architectural and engineer fees are totally outdone. The GC that's designing this thing, he's going to get a design fee, but it's not near as aggressive as what your engineers, your architects are charging.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still engineers and architects that are involved because they give you the initial design. They give you the scope of what you're looking for, what you want to achieve. So there is still some, design and architectural fees. But by being a design build, you eliminate probably 70-75% of that.
Right. Has the GC ever been like, hey, Mr. Subcontractor, here's a couple $1,000 for helping us put this proposal?
I've never seen it.
No.
But he may give you a call on the next job.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. That's the whole
If
point.
he is impressed by your input, even if he's not the selected contractor, you could still make a good impression.
Yeah.
You might not say you won't get a good bottle of bourbon or something.
Yeah, that does happen.
That's right. Well, good stuff,
That's an
Justin.
interesting topic.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we just hit the highlights. There's a lot more, in-depth stuff to it, but that's just the grand scheme of things.
All right. Well, you have to stay in touch with us and keep following for that. Those awesome pieces to come. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget about our upcoming guests in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
Keep that on your
Got a
schedule
couple
and be sure and
guests
tune in.
scheduled.
Oh, we fixing to explode, y'all. We'll probably have a show on Netflix like next week.
I
Yeah.
hope so, yeah.
In the meantime, follow us on YouTube.
Right, yeah.
Subscribe to our. We've got a podcast and everything.
Yeah. You want to plug your OnlyFans?
Not this time.
Okay, all right.
I haven't decided on the background yet. We're still working on that, yeah. No, but soon.
All right.
All right.
See you guys.
ProfitDig.com.